For the first 50 years of our history, people did not vote by secret ballot. Rather, people voted viva voce, or by voice. This helps explain why Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution requires presidential electors to vote by ballot. The electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for two persons, of whom one at least shall not be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves. Imagine walking into a courthouse swearing on a Bible that you were who you claimed to be and had not already voted, then announcing in front of the entire room your name and who you were voting for. That's how it was done until the early 19th century. While this may sound crazy to modern ears, the party atmosphere that surrounded voting probably explained why turnouts routinely reached as high as 85%. In the early 19th century, states started adopting the paper ballot, but not like the ones we see today. The original paper ballot was nothing but a blank scrap of paper, which you would write in your candidate's name and drop it in a box. In an attempt to be helpful, newspapers began printing blank ballots, listing only the offices which were up for election. Voters could clip these ballots out of the paper, write in their candidate's name, and drop them in the ballot box. How long do you think it was before political parties figured out a way to influence the vote? If your answer is not long, you'd be correct. By the mid-19th century, state Democrat and Republican parties were printing flyers with not only the offices, but the party's candidate already filled in. And it was legal for people to simply drop these pre-printed tickets in the ballot box, which certainly made voting down the party line easier. This, of course, led to claims of fraud, which led to states like New York and Massachusetts in 1888 to require voters to use only ballots printed by the state. These ballots resemble what we see today, listing not only the offices, but all the candidates who are running for those offices. By using state laws to hamper a candidate's ability to be on said ballot, the political parties have been able to regulate who you get to vote for in the actual elections. Now, states do allow write-in voting, but the laws often make it extremely difficult to win a race that way. For example, most states have a requirement that the candidate's name be legible, written a certain way, and that it be spelled properly. Joe Biden ran a write-in campaign for the Democratic primary in New Hampshire. I wonder if the rules required the people to write in Joe Biden, Joseph R. Biden, or Joseph Robinette Biden. Not only does a write-in candidate have to convince people to vote for them, they also have to train them to spell their name correctly. This is probably why, since the general adoption of state printed ballots, only 2 congressional races have been won by write-in candidates: Strom Thurmond in 1954 and Charlie Wilson in 2006.